Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 3's podcast. This is episode 3. My name's Harvey. I'm joined by...
I'm Ben.
Yeah? You fuck that up every time, You did that last time.
I like the whole natural setup, man.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't know what it is, I just like the natural. But
What, do you want it more natural than that?
are we going to lie to our audience? What? To our free viewers?
And say, well, I haven't checked the comments in ages. I'll do that after this. I don't think there'll be any.
No,
so
there won't be. We actually filmed a secret episode.
Oh, yeah, we did. We filmed a secret episode, yeah.
A cursed episode.
So, it was alright, actually. I think we said at the end of it, like, we really shat on it. During the podcast, I think I remember saying, like, that this is terrible, probably won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But I've been listening to it back. It's not that bad. We haven't uploaded, I realise now, for about 2 weeks, actually.
Well, you've been away for
exactly. I've been away
for a week now, so...
Yeah, I went away for a while, and obviously didn't really fancy... I could have edited it while I was out there, I suppose, but it just didn't materialise, and then got back and just didn't sort of film or get back on that straight away. But, everyone needs a break sometimes. We've been doing it for all of 2 weeks, so...
Doesn't matter.
Kind of needed a break at that point anyway.
Exactly, yeah. You guys, I mean, you could tell you being in flux with a load of... We were getting fan mail from, like... every quadrant of the planet, really.
Some people, it was mad that actually. Some people had actually found out where I was staying and was sending mail there.
Oh, I was getting swarmed by fans, really. And
it's just getting quite upsetting. My family were really distressed.
It was upsetting. So I'm thankful now that's turned down. So now we can come back to the podcast with full force and with a fiery vengeance.
And I just want to say to that one person, and you'll know who you are, please don't send me stuff like that, because that is vulgar. And
really?
Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
I had complaints from, like, neighbours and stuff. I don't know how they could sense that around, but...
I saw the size of it, and I thought to myself, that's too much for one man.
Or woman.
Or a woman, exactly. Anyway, we have to disclose one thing. This podcast, I think it's only right. You are on the old alcohol-free lager.
I can. I'll explain why. Basically, I've decided to sort of do a bit of a 2-week purge of everything that could be addictive, I suppose. So, like, no coffee, no alcohol. I won't touch anything that you smoke. No. Well, I mean, I won't smoke anything. I
won't touch it.
I don't know why I said it like that.
Do you know what? I'll fucking smoke it, but I won't touch it.
Yeah, sorry, I did a really horrible snort thing on my nose then.
That's all right, I didn't notice it. That's right, cut that.
Cut that in post. No, I feel like more drunk now. Maybe I'm just tired or something.
Yeah, right.
I feel like worse off now than I normally do.
What? Yeah, it's because you like the alcohol, mate.
What do you mean?
It's the alcohol that boosts you, isn't it?
Do you reckon?
I think so. It's caffeine. There's caffeine in beer.
Is it?
No, I don't know. I totally made that up.
Oh.
Let's not worry about it.
Got absolutely trolled. Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Make me look like a fool.
Funny. I've had it myself. Anyway,
that's right, don't worry.
So, you went to Espanol.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I went on quite a nice, like, long holiday.
We've obviously discussed about it. So
yeah,
this is completely irrelevant, and you guys should be ashamed about listening to this.
Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about it. You already know, and that's.
To be honest with you, I don't want to know anymore.
No, I won't tell you them.
It angers me whenever you bring that up.
Does it? Really?
It
does. You brought it up.
I'm fuming.
I wasn't going to say anything.
You bring it up now?
But now that you've mentioned it. Yeah, it was really nice. Hot weather out there this time of year. Although I heard it was just as hot back here.
Oh my god, people are burning up.
We're going to the after. Actually, you haven't told me anything about what the heat was like back here, so we'll cut back to that, shall we?
Yeah. It was very humid. And it was a strong sort of summery couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird because in the UK, people who might be listening to this, they might sort of go, they might be living in the States or somewhere else, around the world where it's considerably hotter in the summer or something. It can get up to Celsius. We're talking about we're talking about.
What, other countries?
Like, other countries.
Like 40 degrees.
So like Texas or something, they can get up to 40 degrees. And then, sort of totally manageable.
Yeah.
We get up to 30 and we're dying.
We get up to 20, 23, 24.
Yeah, and we're pretty hot.
Mm.
But This is a good point. I was thinking to myself, I was discussing this as well. I was sort of saying like, what? Why is there sort of that sort of divide in climate sort of control in countries? Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like in America and other places in like these very hot climates, there's so much in place there that they they can sort of adapt to it and sort of be totally fine with it. In this country, we totally fall apart and break down. We want to like just be in water all the time and drink, and we just,
yeah, that's
you know what I mean. We put like a fucking yellow warning or something up.
I guess because it's different here. We have our houses are all built. I guess this is what you're saying. Our houses are all built to trap heat in, because historically, I guess it's because it's a lot colder here for a lot longer than it is in most places. So Texas, if they had a sudden blizzard,
they'd be
freeze. They would be fucked. Whereas we'd be fine.
I mean, you're totally right. Our houses are completely insulated.
But I also agree that you should prepare for both things, not just the constant.
Yeah, but
it does get hot here in the summer, and none of us can deal with it because nothing is built for us to deal with heat here. Yeah. Like I say, I was away. I went to Spain, so nice and hot there. It was definitely hotter there than it was here.
Yeah.
But I got back off the plane and like it was unbearable to live here because like you go to bed, you can't sleep.
Yeah.
The air is so like suffocating. You got all the windows open, whatever you want to do to cool you down. We don't have aircon. Nothing like that. That's the main thing.
That's it, innit? Sleeping without aircon is ridiculous.
It's fucking hell. I slept fine, absolutely fine while I was away, and it is baking hot there, like. Because and it feels a bit more still and nice in the evenings anyway, even though it's still hot, and it obviously heats the rooms up throughout the day. But yeah, you get aircon. Like the places are built different. The places are built to like just expel all heat.
Well, I was speaking to my friend who I work with, and we work in the trades, and as you know, and we were sort of discussing about, we're having a bit of a mini debate about heat and stuff. I was saying like, you know, his position is like, all these people, I can't believe like when it gets to us and we have like this sort of heat wave, he cannot believe that there's like this sort of this outcry of like, you know, I don't know, just got to sort of like that sort of cry out of like, oh my god, this is unbelievable sort of thing. This is
unbearable.
Unbearable. We can't live in this. He's like saying, people in Spain or whatever, they'd live in this all fucking year. You know what I mean? I was saying sort of like, I was using the aircon argument, and stuff, but he was also saying like personal stories. He's got like his father, like mother and father-in-law out there, and they only have aircon in one room in their entire house, which is their bedroom. So I suppose that makes it easier. But that is something, isn't it? Like one room in your entire house to have aircon.
Yeah, but they are the only two that live there, I guess.
Yeah.
In the day.
So yeah.
In the day, they can go into that room if they get too hot. Also, another thing, are they retired?
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, big time. He's not getting up at. You can't work 9 to 5 in Spain.
That's what I was saying. But that's also what we're saying. We're saying like, so obviously our minds will go to immediately to work because that's just the way we're operating. And we thought, okay, so I thought my initial argument was like, yeah, okay, you can work in this heat and there's aircon. And then his counter argument was like, yeah, but what about if you work on like building sites? That must. I conceded. I was like, that must be fucking unbearable.
But they don't. So they don't. When it's the peak heat, they stop working.
Do they?
So do you
know that for a fact?
Yeah, 100%. That's what like you ever heard of like a siesta?
What? Yeah.
So they'll get up at like 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Go do their work until like, I don't know, I want to say like 12. So then, because it gets hottest like 1, 2.
Yeah.
They'll go home. They'll have like a long meal. They'll have a nap. They'll go back to work at like 4. Carry on till 7.
Right.
Those aren't exact times, but that's how they do it, so they don't just die in the heat.
That's good.
And while you're there, that's what you have to do. You can get up if you get up at like 9 a.m.
I had no idea that they did that.
Yeah. Otherwise, you could not do a 9 to 5 in Spain. It would kill you. And it would kill you if you lived there all your life.
Yeah. Oh my
Depending
god,
on what
man.
it was. I was thinking like labourers, like builders.
Yeah,
stuff.
you'd have like fucking like skin cancer and
You
all
pass
sorts.
out.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, yeah. Aside from just the like heat of not like physically being able to work, yeah, the sun like it's too powerful at that time.
Like, you know, you hear about like all like the people that live in like California and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
who, to be honest, like, you know, you live in California and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Your entire life, you've got that blazing sun in you.
Yeah.
And I think the majority, like not the majority, maybe sort of, maybe it's in the minority, I don't know. But you sort of have that section of California that's like very vain,
Mm-hmm.
sort of thing, and you sort of go like, oh, you know, we're going to sort of go out there and we're sort of going to tan ourselves silly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like 20, 30 years later, they've got these lumps and bumps on their skin and stuff that they've got to get
Yeah.
removed and stuff. I've heard
Mate,
it on
don't
like
fuck
I've
with the sun.
I've been listening to podcasts like it happens to like actors and celebrities and stuff who have like been living in this sun for like 30 years, you know, without taking the proper precautions, and they're like, yeah, they're having stuff hacked off their like bodies and stuff
Jesus.
just because, you know, it's just
Well, and they can afford to.
precautionary. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know what their services are like over there, but
I always wonder if they're that good, but I suppose it's biased. But no, you cannot fuck with the sun, man.
no,
It will catch up to you.
You cannot fuck with
It
the
will
sun.
catch up to you.
Don't cheat the sun because it will fuck you, eh?
Again, I sometimes think like I don't put sun cream on enough, and that's gonna catch up to me.
What?
Some people put sun cream on every day.
What? Even in winter?
I don't know about that. I didn't ask, but
They're
like,
pretty mad.
and they got like perfect skin still. And
I've
they're,
got-
like 30.
I've got moisturiser now. I've got
You've been
some
using that, have you?
moisturiser that is got some like SPF in it.
Oh, okay, like a bit of UV protection.
Yeah. But it's fucking expensive.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like you cannot like
Is that the one that you got when we went out that time?
no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. I still have that here.
That's still here. I'll have to find that. Anyway,
But it's got like SPF section now. So like
just like a little bit.
yeah, like 25. Something.
Mm.
Nothing big, but
And how much is that, if you don't mind me asking?
it's like £10 for a small bottle.
Fuck, how long does that last you though?
I don't know. I've only started using it.
Oh, well, note that down and come back and let us know when you've finished.
You know, I fucking will. I remember this.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's move on. Let's move on from the sun. Let's get into some more lighter topics because people don't come here for us.
Not
to
much
speak
light in
about
the sun, eh?
Fuck you.
Cha-ching!
Cha-ching, fucking bang there.
Somebody clip that, baby.
Someone clip that bad boy. Anyway, so
Yeah, let's move on to me.
you've obviously been out in the sun quite a lot.
Yeah. Makes a change. I normally am a bit of a recluse. Obviously, I have like an office job, and then by the time I get home, the sun's gone in where we live, so I
quite.
don't really see a lot of it.
No, we're not used to it.
It's just been
did
lush.
did you go on holiday a lot as a kid?
No.
I didn't actually ask you this.
Mm.
I don't think I've ever asked you this.
I think I was lucky enough to go enough, but we didn't go every year, so Mum and Dad would save up for like, I don't know. I can't really remember because when you're a kid it all kind of goes into one, but
yeah.
you know, they'd save up for two years or something, I don't know. And we'd just go when we could afford it.
Yeah, I think that's similar to mine.
And like obviously progressively I think my dad's done better through work as we've got older, so like when we first started going we'd be staying in like for less time and in not as nice places.
Yeah.
But as we've got older, if we've been able to afford it, obviously there've been plenty of years where we just haven't gone.
Yeah.
But my parents seem to really like going to Spain, so I haven't really been anywhere other than Spain.
To be
France.
honest with yeah.
France once.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's a bit of a trade off. But yeah, so like I'm very lucky I got to go to Spain a decent few times as a kid.
Yeah. Well, I'd say like, I think Spain is like the pinnacle. For when you're in like Europe, it's like the pinnacle really because it's like sort of like the midpoint. You sort of it's got a bit of a culture mash where it's sort of like
I really love it.
you've got amazing markets and stuff.
Mm.
Got the brilliant weather and whatever. Got some amazing
Beaches
beaches
are so
and stuff.
beautiful there. Yeah.
And it's quite a varied environment as well. So you sort of, and you of course you got the Canary Islands as well that you can always
That's true.
visit. So I think Spain is it's amazing. Like if you're outside of Europe and you're thinking about coming into Europe, I think Spain is an amazing place to
I also
start.
don't know if I've ever been to mainland Spain. I was gone to Mallorca.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been to mainland Spain.
So obviously that's going to be a lot quieter.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas I don't know what mainland Spain's like, but I guess it's a lot more action.
Well, you got the bigger cities, but then you've got the country, haven't you? So
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Sort of a bit like France, I suppose, where you got the sort of you got the big cities, and then you've got the amazing country, which I think is probably
Yeah, I'd like to see that
better.
side of France.
Yeah, oh mate,
I want to do a lot more exploring, really, as much as I can.
yeah. Well, I've got some interesting stories about my travel as well, because
Yeah, go on.
my childhood holidays were a bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah.
They were quite funny, really, because I think the first holiday I ever went on was when I was really young. For some reason, my parents took me and was like, I must have been like, I couldn't have been any older than like two or something like that.
I think my parents did that. I never really.
I was like, why would you take?
I
a
don't
baby
remember
on
it.
holiday?
Do you remember it?
No,
They took me to
like
France,
I
I think.
was like 2 or something. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I thought my sister was born.
They took me to France, and then I remember them saying to me once when I was like a bit older, like I said to someone like I can't, you know, when you have like family dinners or whatever, and I was saying to someone like one of my aunties or some shit like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I've been to France once, and they're like, no, you've been twice actually, thank you. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I really remember when I was a fetus,
Yeah.
fucking going, oh yeah, the airport was stressful, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. I had family up in Yorkshire, and we're like, oh, I've never been in this house before. You know, you've been here when you were fucking when you were 6 months old. I was like, oh yeah. Sorry, if I forget, I remember that wall was purple. Fuck off.
Sorry, I interrupted your story.
No, it's alright.
You went to France.
Anyway, no, I didn't go to France.
Oh,
You totally made that. So you went to France. I don't know whether I did.
oh no. Okay, no. You just talk. I'll be quiet. Fucking hell, that was dumb. I just
beautiful.
That
was
was
beautiful.
I like indoctrinated myself with that thought process.
Anyway, so I think the first holiday I ever went on, I must have been a baby. I couldn't remember. It was Menorca,
Oh, lovely.
apparently. I've seen some pictures. My dad holding me when he's looking proper grumpy. My mum's like looking proper happy or whatever. It was obviously her idea. And then, so that must have been like a short-lived one. I obviously have no memory of that. And then there was another one where we went. Oh Christ! My sister must have been like maybe like 1 or 2 years old.
Oh wow, okay.
So I'm about 5 years old here, probably.
Mm. So
And,
do you remember this one a bit more?
A lot more.
Well,
A lot
yeah,
more.
yeah.
I remember like sort of walking into the hotel, and it's sort of, in my mind, it's like this amazing sort of marble structure, right? It's probably like a 4-star hotel in
should go
Spain.
back
Do you know what I
there.
mean? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish I could go back there. It was like, do you know what I mean? Like, just experience what it would be
Through
like.
like adult
yeah,
eyes.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. Oh, that would be amazing, actually.
That's a good idea. Are you trying to find out what it's called?
Yeah, and oh my god, my sister was a fucking nightmare. I just remember the whole time she would cry.
Really?
Like,
Well, I suppose that's quite normal for a 1-year-old.
no, but she was a fucking terror, mate.
Oh,
She was terrible. She'd be like, so you'd like put her into a certain situation, she would just fucking scream.
Bungee jump.
Yeah, and she hated sand. She hated everything. She was so
God.
fussy.
So I don't like
She-
sand now.
She hated the cot, like the cot so much.
Mm.
Like her cot, like, so I slept in the cot. I was like
you
5 years
fit in
old,
it?
and I slept
Where
in the
did
cot.
she sleep? In a bed?
She slept in my like nan's room. My nan was with us.
Oh,
She slept in my nan's room.
What, just with your nan?
Yeah, she was happy there, and I was happy in the cot. I was just loving the cot.
I get that feeling of like being... When you're young, it makes you feel trapped, but when you're a little bit older, it probably makes you feel quite safe.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I just remember. Didn't bother me. Anyway, I was loving it, and oh my god, she was terror, mate. She was just like tearing every time. It was like like when you sort of like scroll, someone touch sand. Stuff like that. Take her off the sand. She's quite on the sand. You know what I mean?
Just got an image of you like stood over her, just like pressing her against the sand and lifting her off,
No.
then pressing her against the sand.
I think that psychologically damaged me that holiday because do you know what I mean? I couldn't like look at her as like something as normal for ages after that. I think she was just. I mean,
Or
that
just
was
because
like
she was so difficult.
cause she was so different. She was such a difficult child, and that's basically mostly what I remember from that holiday.
Really?
Because I was so young myself.
Yeah,
she
yeah,
was
you're not gonna have loads
she
of
was a
memories.
literal baby. She was, and there was there's 3 years difference. So I was probably about 4 or 5. And then there was another holiday which I remember much more, much better.
Yeah, more vividly.
Much more vividly, which was a bit better. I know because I was 10 years old.
No, okay, yeah, you're gonna remember that.
Yeah, I was gonna remember that better. Libby was 7. So that was a much better holiday.
Yeah.
But she was still a fucking nightmare.
Really?
Yeah, she was just funny. It was just... it is fun. It's good times though. Do you know when you look back? Do you ever look back at photos of yourself and go, "Wow, you're a completely different person"? Then
Yeah, definitely. It happens to me a lot.
I think I was probably better.
Yeah, but you didn't have the weight of the world on your shoulders at that age, did you? At 10? No, you probably did.
I don't know. I feel like I was like you know like Spain where you sort of have those guys that are painted in all silver. You know, and you sort of go when you're a kid, you're like, oh my god, that's so amazing. I'm like, no, I'd be like, don't you fucking do that to me.
I still don't know how they do that, man.
Yeah, I know. It's great. They're so good, aren't they?
I would like to find out how that is done. I would really like to. Maybe one day I will.
They just stand very still, don't they?
No, they're, you know when they're like hover?
Oh, this guy wasn't hovering. He was
He
just like
stood there.
just stood there like a statue. But I was like 10.
okay.
I didn't realise.
No, that's fine. I mean, that's
And he
fine.
just sort of came out and he went, oh my god. I was like,
Yeah.
that's amazing. That actually scared me. And I'd be like, fuck off. I'm like, no, don't do that to me. You know what I mean?
It's good.
That's the difference.
That has just prompted you, like, talking about Libby being a terror, and then, I don't know what it was that you were saying, but that has just prompted an absolute horror story that I remember, that I'm sure you would have been told, but actually I might not have told you before. Basically...
This is big.
It's quite, I don't know if this is still, like, an accepted parenting method, but, like, when you're a kid, no, not when you're a kid, well, when you got a kid, and you want to leave somewhere, say you're at the park, and they throw a bit of a tantrum, and they're like, oh, I don't want to leave. You go, well, we're going to just leave without you then. And you start walking off, right? And then you, obviously, they come running, they go like, ah, right? So my little brother was an absolute shit growing up, right? Like, he was just such a tearaway child, like, he was like a real thug kid. Like, he wouldn't hurt people, but he would just, like, run up stuff and, like, grab on him, and, like, he'll be running, like, fall down, and you're waiting for him to cry, and he just gets back up and goes, like, ah, and, like, starts running again. Yeah, he was just a bit of like, just, like, mental. Anyway, so that method, we used to have to use that method on him, and it'd always work absolutely fine, right? And then one year we were on a caravan holiday, a big caravan park, so, you know, you got, like, I think it was partially tailored for kids. I think I was very young, I must have been, like, 7 or 8. Which makes him, fucking hell, how old was that then? Like, 3? So, yeah, he must have been about 3, 4. So anyway, we're there. Yeah, so this place is like, it's got, I think it had a pool, but I don't know if we were in it, so I don't completely remember that. And again, my memory's a bit hazy. This is all I can really remember of this holiday. Like, kids play park, then like a big sort of dance hall area, and like some caravan. Like then like you get to a certain bit and there's just layers and layers and layers of caravans. And this is all quite close range to each other. Like they're not like a 10-20 minute walk away. Like literally like they're all around the corner from each other. Anyway, so we've been in this like dance hall bit, and you all know this if you've ever been somewhere like this. Like someone dressed in a big furry like outfit, like dancing.
It used to be nightmares.
Like
mate.
everyone sat round him, all like up dancing, getting all the kids involved. Like, yeah, come on, like dancing. I think maybe like a little food buffet bit at the back.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% on that. But I just got this image of like everyone being sat round. Anyway, so I think we'd just been there. Got kind of bored of it, but for some reason it like went on until really late at night. So I think at this time it was about 8 p.m. Oh, I don't know why I'm saying that like it goes on for ages. I think because it had got like dark outside and stuff. So in my head as a kid it was like 10 p.m. But I don't think it could have been that late.
No.
I'm not sure. I'll have to get some details and come back to you on that. But because I'm interested to know now. Anyway, so we're with my brother. We've left this place. And we just got outside. There's like a security guard there. I'm just like walking out like down a little bit of a pathway, and then my brother's like, "No, I want to go back," and they're like, "No, come on now. We're going back home now. That's it. Like we're going back home." He's like, "No, I want to stay here. I want to stay here." And he's like going crazy, going crazy, going crazy. So, my mum and dad just go like, "No, we're leaving." Right. So we walk off for literally, we walk like a few steps ahead, wait there for like literally a couple of seconds, turn around and he's gone.
Shit.
He is gone. He is nowhere. Right, we're looking around. We cannot see him. Panic stations a bit. So we go back into the place where we've just been. I think he's gone there. We look around. No one in there.
Oh shit.
He's not in there. We're looking around. We go back out to the school. Do you see a kid running by himself? No, I didn't see anything. If you see a kid by himself or anything, please, you have to like get him. That's our son. He's just gone missing. Looking around. We're like looking under caravans. My mum is like in crisis mode at this point. Like, oh, like he's been taken. He must have been taken. Like he could be anywhere. There's so many caravans here. We are running around at this point, like looking through the park everywhere.
Yeah.
And like we're just getting to the point where we're thinking like, what the fuck do we do? What the fuck do we do? And we go back into this disco, and he is on his feet. Absolutely vibing with this match.
What the fuck?
But just
Well,
having
having
the absolute time of his life in there. No parents, nothing, just loving it. Oh my god, my mum has to like grab him around the arm like, come on, you cannot. Remember her taking him outside and saying like, you cannot ever run away from us. Like, you cannot do that again.
That's
like she was like,
bad.
anything could have happened to you. Like having to explain to him like the reality of it all.
Oh my god.
That makes my parents sound like really bad parents, but
no,
it's just one of those things.
My parents did that.
Yeah,
Quite a lot, actually. Yeah.
Is that still an accepted method, do you reckon?
I don't know. That's. I hope so. It's not that.
It's
bad,
not that
is
bad.
It's not like great either. Like,
I don't know how he got away that quick without us hearing. Like, we did not walk like more than a couple of paces away from him, and we were not looking at him for more than like 10 seconds or even 5.
Yeah, I think like those sort of things always have a way of working themselves out.
I'm glad they did.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think I lost my parents quite a few times when I was little.
Yeah, saying that actually, yeah, I lost my parents in like Tesco or whatever,
like
supermarket.
I remember losing lost my mum in like a zoo.
Fucking hell, that's a scary place to lose your mum.
And I find her like, and like, going, oh my god, she was like, where the fuck have you been?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's sort of one of those things. I don't know. I can see where it could go wrong.
I can see why people would worry about that.
Yeah, I would probably worry about it, but
me too.
I don't know. It's a weird one.
Mm.
It's a weird one. Definitely is.
Definitely.
But I don't know.
It's different eras as well. Like
it is, yeah. Like we forget we're quite a bit older now.
Mm.
Things have changed in the last couple of years, let alone
Definitely.
bloody like. You know,
there's stuff that like my parents or like their parents had done to them that now I'll use my parents as an example that like when I hear about that now it's like fucking hell, that's brutal. Like they would never have done that to me, but then they're justifying things that they maybe would have done that we're now saying maybe shouldn't do that. Like for example, back when my like mum was young, it was normal to like it wasn't just normal to like smack your kids like, you know, now we'll get like the wooden spoon out.
Yeah.
And like whoop them with it a couple of times or whatever. If they did something real bad, they like. I think my mum when like she was growing up like with my nan and my granddad, they would have it was her and her brother, my uncle, and they'd both have their own like wooden spoon with their name on it. But if they did something naughty, like, is that real? Like, that is real bad now. But at the time, it was just like, if you're, that's really fun. Like, you could not do that now. Whereas at the time,
I got a couple slaps when I was a kid, but I think
I got what, in the face or in the ass?
Probably around the arse, really, for like serious stuff. Little taps on the face. If I've got,
Oh, okay. I got smacked like on the arse a couple times.
I got slapped like hard on the arse when I was like, I fucked up if I got slapped on the arse big time. If I got fucking like spanked big time.
Oh, there's another example of how my brother was just a nightmare child though. Like most kids, when you get like a smack on the arse, you cry and then that's that. Or like, and that's like a very good deterrent because it's negative reinforcement through pain, which is fucked up. My brother would get smacked on the ass and just like punch them back.
Yeah.
So it got to the point where my mum said like,
do you know what? I know your brother would do that as well.
It got to the point.
I know he's probably listening now, and I know you'd like that.
It got to the point where my mum was like, my mum would smack him and he'd punch her back. So she would smack him a little bit harder and he'd punch her harder. And I remember my mum saying to me, like, not when I was a kid, obviously, this more recently, where we've all been sat around talking about like, at what point am I like, is this actually full on child abuse? Where I'm like, it's accelerated to the point where I'm like beating my son. So then they just resorted to different forms of punishment, like the naughty corner, similar to the naughty step, but we lived in a bungalow.
I don't know what the answer is nowadays. I mean,
I think you got to do it your own way because I don't hate my mum for smacking me, but equally I would if she'd like beat me up.
Yeah,
and
then nowadays, like nowadays, could you at all?
I think you could in your own home, not in public. But it got to the point like where my mum was bringing us up, where you couldn't really do it in public.
Yeah.
Whereas when she was growing up, you could definitely.
It's like, what is the boundary?
Well, in like in our grandparents' generation, like,
oh my God,
people in public would clip you around the ear if you were mouthing off.
Yeah, like just random people.
And that's fine. Like if you were mouthing off in a shop, they'd like give you a clip around the ear or whatever, which really hurts. I think. I've heard that like really hurts.
Should we try it?
I'll never do it. You can clip me around the ear live on air.
What if I trip it? What about if I do it and then you do it?
I don't know how you do it. How do you clip someone around the ear? You just smack their ear.
Yeah, let's try it.
Oh, it doesn't hurt that bad.
Oh no, I didn't do it that good. Hold on.
Oh God, that is very quite painful.
Go on, you try it.
You want? Or you just go like.
No, you got to do it harder.
What, really?
I don't feel anything.
Does not feel right. Are you sure you're not meant to kind of go like that?
Yeah, maybe. Go on. Go on, do it harder.
I can't. Man, what point does this become wrong?
It's not hurt. Well, we discovered that Harvey can't discipline anyone.
What the fuck?
See me on
that. Oh shit. But no, I feel like I had a. Yeah, I guess everyone.
I never got clipped in the eye.
No,
actually no. I think do you know what my dad did? He was really smart about it.
Go on.
He never and he's never done it so it's like damaged me or anything like that. But my dad proved to me very, very early on that he could beat me physically.
Oh God, that sounds awful. You better.
It sounds awful, but what I mean is like, me and my dad used to like play fight or whatever.
Mm.
But he would like demonstrate his strength.
Oh, so that you wouldn't fuck with him.
Yeah, exactly. I think that I was like sort of intimidated by him.
Yeah.
So if I was always up for a bit of a play fight. My dad wasn't always so up for it because he was just like, well, I don't want to, slap you or anything like that. But then, once he got into it and stuff, didn't really hold back, which was good.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Not that I would do that to my kids now, but it's not a discredit to him at all.
No.
I don't that was actually really good for me because it was a form of discipline, and B, it was it was sort of like a boy thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and a release for you as well, I suppose.
Well, yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, it sort
get
of
a bit of tension out.
Taught me to keep my guard up a bit and stuff. It was stuff like that. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not stuff that scarred me or anything like that.
No, well, because he wasn't laying into you to teach you.
No, exactly, and it was just it was good sort of stuff. I think like I don't think play fighting is at all bad.
Play
It's sort
fighting's
of-
fine. It just depends how much force you use, doesn't it?
Yeah, like my dad would like occasionally clip me or whatever,
Yeah.
which was fine.
What, like by mistake or like on purpose?
No, he'd clip me.
Oh,
He would do it
okay,
on
yeah,
purpose.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
if we were
Just
playing
a light
fighting,
tap.
he wouldn't hold back. Do you know what I mean? Like that
Yeah.
little slap, he wouldn't hold back. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay, shit, that's a bit of a reminder. Do you know what I mean? So I instigated the scrap.
Mm.
So I sort of got it. Not that I would probably do that nowadays, but it would.
That's what I was just thinking. Like I got smacked. I got like a spank, I guess they call it, growing up.
Well, I got spanked. When
A
growing up.
hiding.
Like like if I was naughty, I got like
Yeah, and
a
I
slap.
don't think I got many because I was quite well behaved as a child, but I don't like resent my mum for doing it because she never. I don't really remember being like really her ever really hurting me.
No,
But equally,
yeah.
I don't know that I would do it just because I would hope that I could probably resolve it with my words.
I think my mum slapped me properly once. When I basically kicked off in a shop. I think pretty much every child has this story.
Yeah, I have one of these.
Kicked off in a store in the shop, and mum. So I think I was in WH Smith, right?
Mm.
And I think I wanted a teddy of all things, right?
Mhm.
Wanted the teddy so bad, and I was like, I kicked off big time. I was like, I want the teddy. I want the fucking teddy. I mean, like, I was kicking off.
Mm.
And I was like screaming when I knew I couldn't get it. So my mum just like dragged me out of the shop, like literally kicking and screaming. You know what I mean? Like, screaming my head off. The whole shop could hear me. This is like one of them sort of, massive sort of WH Smiths or whatever. And she took me out and she was like fucking, like screaming in my face, and I would not stop.
No.
Anyway, my dad's in the line. Right, he's obviously getting his magazine or some shit like that, you know what I mean? And to this day, he stands by it. This guy in the line heard, like, everyone could hear me screaming, like having this performance.
Yeah.
And this guy in the front of the line was just going, oh, fucking hell, you can't, some people just can't control their kids. And my dad looked at him and went, yeah, I know, right? Such a knobhead, isn't
That
it?
is dickhead.
So funny. My mum was just like trying to calm it, and there's nothing she could say or do or read. There was no. So she gave me a good old slap on the old arse, and
That sorted you out, did it?
I think so. A couple times, maybe she gave me a couple slaps or something. Couple of them for good measure.
Nice. Yeah.
Shut me the right. I think it just
I'm just thinking.
I think it was that's also the the slap for me when I was younger. It was like, oh, okay, shit, I've done something wrong here.
Yeah.
I must have been tiny. I don't even think my sister was around really.
Mm.
And she was a tiny baby or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the shame in the car home. You know what I mean? Like just getting shamed.
Yeah, because you
fucking
realise what you
shat
did was
on.
like embarrassing, don't you?
Yeah, because you've been slapped and stuff, and you've got that sort of that physical reminder, and B, that sort of like that brittlement in the car. Do you know what I mean? Like that was always my thing. As I got a bit older, my parents didn't like get that My parents weren't ever that physical.
No, neither were mine.
My dad especially wasn't physical really. He was sort of again like.
I don't know that my dad ever spanked me.
My dad.
I don't like using that word
My dad
anymore.
was never like that much of a. He was never physically disciplinarian over me. He was just sort of. I remember the one time he scared the shit out of me when I came in. I must have been like, I don't know why I was on like the counter or something in the kitchen. I was like on the kitchen counter, like on my knees, like climbing up on it. And my dad came in. He's got my dad. He's got such a deep voice, and such a bellowing voice. Went, what are you doing? And I shat myself. I almost like I fell off the kitchen. I was like, oh my god, like what the fuck?
You fell off?
Yeah, like I was like, fuck, I was intimidated, and yeah, that was like, oh shit, he's got such a, bellowing,
Yeah,
voice,
he does.
you know what I mean?
Very like powerful voice.
It does, and it shook me a little bit, and then I sort of, he's always had like massive arms and stuff.
Yeah, he's
So,
a well-built guy.
he's like
Isn't
sort of like typical sort of model sort of guy, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, in the old age, I suppose.
Just like well built naturally,
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
like that dad strength.
Yeah, he's got the dad strength. It always used to intimidate me quite a lot.
Yeah. No, I guess what I'm trying
But
to
there
get
was
at, we were talking about this for ages, which is fine. Like, people, I think you should just parent how you want to parent.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah,
I guess that's what it comes down to. Don't be
Sorry, this
guided.
came from holiday stories, but this is good.
That's alright, it's
segue.
good. It's been really good, I think. But no, just, like, parent how you want to parent. I'm sure there'll be people who, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore. I kind of lost my point, but yeah, just do it your own way, I suppose.
Yeah.
Don't,
You know what?
as long as you're not, like, really hurting anyone.
Parent your own way. Don't hurt anyone.
Try not to, like,
And-
scar anyone
Yeah,
emotionally.
don't scar anyone. That's all.
Just be a fucking good. Just be good.
I think
Be a
on
good
that
person.
fucking note, we're going to go on a little break to hydrate ourselves.
Definitely. Yeah, I
A
can't need a
little
wee
hydration.
wee.
Oh, I need to hydrate.
You need to hydrate.
I need to hydrate. Big time.
Okay. Alright. We'll be back in a moment.
millisecond. Bye bye.
Millisecond. Yeah, millisecond. Bye.
Oh.
Welcome back, everybody.
It's always a bit of a fucking
We have it every time.
bit of a wobble
I think
before we press
we'll get used to that not killing off everything we've done. All of our progress.
Oh yeah, because it could be like so you either
Oh, God, that would
unpause
really
it
upset
or
me.
you play it.
I wouldn't mind if it just played it. It's for me, it's always if it's gonna like delete what we've got.
Yeah, that's always a worry.
That's
I
my
suppose.
main worry is that I'm gonna.
Yeah, this fucking gold we're sort of producing.
Yeah, we're never gonna be able to repeat these things again.
No, of course not.
No, but I actually don't think if you tried to record it, I think we'd have to just say completely different things. Because I don't think we'd be able to reiterate the exact same shit in the exact same way. I think it would come across as a bit weird if we tried to say it all again.
That's trippy, bro.
Anyway, welcome back to the segment that we are now calling Username Excluded.
Nice. Do you know what? I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah, we had to go back and sort of.
We have to
check
go back
what we
and
said,
listen because
but I fucking like it, mate.
on the redacted episode, the secret episode,
The secret episode that no one will ever hear. Probably.
Ben references the previous episode and says that I used a name that was good for the section.
Yeah.
And just a little Easter egg there for you guys. If you go back, you'll be able to hear me say it.
Yeah, you say it. So
Almost as like a throwaway comment. And from that has birthed gold.
yeah, so if you don't know what a segment is, and you don't,
No, you won't.
we sort of fish around the internet for questions, sort
And
of
hopefully one day we'll be sent some.
for questions that pique our interest, maybe that maybe
Yeah.
look a little bit interesting, something that we could sort of dissect and talk about a little bit. And this is the segment, really. I mean, this is a drawn out explanation.
Obviously, sometimes might have personal things
Yeah.
in for the asker that we can then leave out.
Yeah, for your interested sort.
But for now, it's just so that we don't get sued.
Yeah, for now, we're going to answer the first question. Right, why do you like to spoil TV shows, Harvey, eh?
I don't, Ben.
Why do you like to spoil TV shows, you little cheeky cunt?
I don't.
See, this is a question that we chose for me, really.
Yeah, this
'Cause-
is mainly at Ben. Because I've actually always wanted to, well, I have probably asked you this many a time. Ben, especially when we were younger, I don't know if you do it so much now. Would
Yeah.
always kind of, if there was a big storyline that he was into, especially in TV shows or like in certain films, like if it's part of a trilogy, we'll just want, the second it was released, find out the ending.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. I wouldn't for big things that were coming out. I could I think it was more TV. It was more TV for me.
Was it?
It was more like I needed to I sort of either found myself in a rabbit hole where I found out the ending, or
That's
I
why
actually
he
went
used
looking
to
for
like
it,
kind of almost.
which is rare.
I
think
think
it was
you
rare
used
for
to
me
like
look forward.
accidentally, in inverted commas, find the ending by just go
Going
down a rabbit hole.
Yeah,
and like looking
I think
through
that's what
stuff
was it.
until you found the ending.
And it never bothered me as much as it did other people, which was sort of interesting. But now it would seriously bother me if I spoiled
Would
it
it?
for myself. Yeah.
So why did you used to enjoy that then?
I think it was the idea that I quite liked. I don't know. It was weird, the legend of it. It was sort of so. Oh, but this is what it's all building up to. I didn't. I quite liked watching the build up.
Oh, you could then.
I didn't mind.
You
watching,
weren't waiting
I
for
didn't,
the thing
yeah,
to happen.
I didn't much care for the ending. I just sort of just liked. I liked going. Oh, this is what's going to happen, you know.
Uh-huh.
And then it'd be interesting to see the build up. Now I'm a bit different. I kind of just like to watch anything as it comes. But
you don't. You want to not know really anything.
yeah, I think
that's
so.
why
yeah.
I've stopped watching trailers for things.
Yeah,
I don't watch as many trailers. I don't know if you noticed, but I feel like trailers these days, you get the whole film in a trailer.
Yeah, you do. I think
You really, especially with horror films, but I think with anything. I've not watched many trailers recently where I've not now thought, I don't need to watch the fucking film anymore.
Yeah.
That's annoying. That's the opposite. A trailer is just meant to be like a short thing, not really showing you too much to hook you in. Now it like shows you the whole thing to get you excited, but I don't want to see the whole thing.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to watch the trailer and risk this plot being spoiled.
But it always spoils it now. Honestly, you get the first half an hour of a film becomes redundant now because you know what's going to happen in the middle, so you don't need to see the beginning.
But some trailers are better than the bloody film.
That is to get you to watch it, isn't it? So that.
Well, yeah, but like, I just mean like, you know what I mean. You sometimes watch a trailer and you go, "Fuck, that's a good trailer,"
and they put all the best bits in there, and then
the film's bollocks.
That's also bad.
But
so maybe just we shouldn't be watching trailers.
Yeah, exactly. So don't watch any trailers, you little fucking. No, I'm joking.
Unless it's for games. Game trailers are alright, I find.
Well, unless they fuck around with, like the graphics and stuff and like what you want to see.
Yeah, they do that, I suppose. But again, they've got to do a certain amount of that just advertising, don't they?
So we've established in that question.
I don't know if I said out loud. Do you think some of it was to almost take the power away from spoilers, so you'd already spoiled it for yourself, so no one could spoil it for you?
No,
it wasn't that.
No, it wasn't that at all. I think I found myself in a bit of a rabbit hole.
Oh, okay.
Like where wasn't looking for spoilers, but I would kind of like.
We're hoping to find them.
It wasn't that. I was looking for like something expansive in it, especially a TV show. Not so much a film. I wouldn't go looking for a film spoilers.
What, someone say like this happens and it's because of this?
Yeah,
and
I think I was obsessed with the idea of being like disappointed by a show. Like I didn't want like to watch a show for like 5 seasons and be disappointed by it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that was just element of that, and then
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
And then there was an element of like just being like, oh, I've accidentally found this.
Okay.
There was an element of both, I think.
So then you kind of say to yourself, like, well, I didn't spoil it on purpose.
Yeah, well, it was varied, you know. It would sort of be like either accidental. I wouldn't spoil myself for everything. No, it would be ridiculous. But some things. And I would say
just got an image of you then, like just sat googling everything, like
yeah.
Is Santa Claus real?
Never Google.
Just everything in your life.
Yeah.
Why does the dog look at me like that when I got food? Like just spoiling everything for yourself.
But anyway, we've got past that.
Do Mum and Dad really have a favourite?
Harvey.
Yeah.
Do you pee in the shower?
Well, that's a deep question. This is definitely can provide some thought-provoking answers and
this can provide some
gift us some fruitful replies. Yeah. A bit. Yeah, a bit.
You see, that interests me because do you go into the shower needing a piss?
No.
No, you never do that.
I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't like. Basically, I shower every morning.
Yeah, fair enough.
You're bleary-eyed in the morning, right?
Yeah.
So if I wake up and the first thing I need is a piss, I'll go to the toilet.
Okay.
Then I'll maybe get ready. But my thing is, and I've just literally started this today. I'll get up now, and I won't go and have my shower straight away because I feel like then I take ages in there and I come out not really ready. So now I've started my day and I'll maybe have something to eat first. Excuse me. Or just get my clothes laid out so I know what I'm wearing. Anyway, it's trailing off a bit from the topic. But anyway,
it's building up.
What happens occasionally is if the first thing I do is shower, I wake up and blurry-eyed, I don't need a wee yet. Then I get in the shower, I'm washing. You're fucked.
And the water's going.
The water's going, suddenly I need a wee.
What's happening? You need to go.
And I can't get out because now I'm covered in water.
No, why should you?
And why should I?
There's a drain there.
Exactly, it's no different. It all goes to the same place. I can like wash straight after I'm washing, so it's not hurting me. I'm not stinking of piss.
I'm a firm believer that you can piss in the shower and it not be a problem.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what? I've fully gone in there. I've fully turned on the shower, you know, let it sort of get warm. fully walked in there, sort of just stood there, and there's a toilet right next to me, and I'm going, I need to piss, but I won't.
Oh.
I don't do that so much anymore.
I
stood there in defiance. I was like, no.
Morally, that is slightly more grey to me.
Really? Morally?
If you've not even got in the shower yet, you're dry. You don't have to get out and towel yourself off completely.
What are you talking about?
At this stage in your piss story...
I haven't even got in the shower yet.
You said you turned it on. But you're like, you did that thing where you kind of like reach your arm in and then turn it on and then quickly pull your arm out. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like...
At this stage, I would go to the toilet whilst I wait for the shower to warm up. I know, wasteful of water, I know,
You see, I would do that now.
But
like, it wouldn't, like, I would, like, be like, oh... I would recognise that I maybe need to go a little bit or something.
Yeah.
Like, not that, like, I'd be, like, absolutely bursting.
But what, as a kid, you were, like, defining...
No.
Like, it's conventional for me to piss in the toilet, but you know what? Today's the day. Once the shower be warm, I will enter, and I will unleash fury inside you.
No, it wasn't that. It was just, like, I don't know what it was. It was just, like, I didn't think I needed a piss that badly.
But that's not what you said. Oh, so you thought, I'll survive this shower.
Yeah, and then sort of just go
when I'm out.
That's kind of what I meant. But at the same time, I was like, fuck it, what's the problem? What's the problem?
That's true.
What's the problem with pissing in the rain?
You know the one time it is a problem?
What?
If you're, like, really full of wee.
What do you mean?
And you, like, get in and... It's like... No, I'm joking.
Would you explode or something?
Like, fucking flailing around everywhere, like, just painting all the walls, like... Nah.
I don't know, don't be aim upwards, mate.
You haven't seen me in the shower.
I don't know, as long as, like, you, like, soap up and stuff.
Oh, I don't know, it is a bit of a morally grey area, isn't it?
It's pretty morally grey. I don't know, this is a bit more...
Are we revealing ourselves to be animals?
I think people piss in the shower. I piss a lot in the shower. That's what I say.
You don't piss a lot, or you do?
I don't piss a lot.
No, I don't piss a lot in the shower.
It's
just if you have to.
Do you know? I've never pissed a lot in the shower. That's what I can say.
I got to take back that comment about having a full bladder. I thought I was going to try and make a joke with it, and the joke just there wasn't one.
You know, I think I said earlier that I didn't piss, but I did. I promise.
But on the other end of that, where you don't piss, is the bath.
Huh?
Don't piss in the bath.
Oh, never piss in the bath.
Because then you just sat in your own piss.
Well, yeah, you don't want to sit in your own piss. At least if you're in the bath, like the shower and stuff.
Is there a stage of a bath at which it would be acceptable to piss?
Yeah, when you stood up and you're about to leave. No, just don't piss in the bath.
I'm just wondering, for the viewers.
I'm ashamed of myself. I definitely have pissed in the bath though.
I have done when I was a kid. I don't even have a bath anymore, so.
I have a bath. But
it's not to be pissed in.
I wouldn't piss in it now. No.
Anywhere else? You ever pissed in a sink?
Yes, I have pissed in a sink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have. A little bit.
What do you mean a little bit?
Well, you know, you just got a bit of piss left in your piss.
Nah.
I don't know, I'm a tall guy, I just sort of piss in
How
the
far away is your sink from your toilet that you get caught short on the way back from the toilet?
No, I mean...
Just brushing your teeth, have a little...
I'm sorry, Mum and Dad. But, you know, yeah, you've washed yourself in the sink, no?
Once.
Don't lie. Come on, you've washed yourself multiple times.
No, my sink's quite high up. I need a step stool. when I lived at home and I was quite
That's
sure.
That's true, actually. I've got to go on the old tippy toes to...
Yeah, I've done that. I can't remember why.
I don't know.
I can't remember why I've done that.
No, I'm fairly tall. I can sort of just...
Yeah, you're taller than me.
Lunge over and...
I actually, for the fucking life of me, can't remember why I did that.
I think it's good to sort of, you know, wash the old...
Did we do that in the shower?
No, not in the
maybe
mornings.
It was...
I've got to wash in the morning and stuff.
I used to have a shower every morning.
I can't wash in the morning. I work with like dust and stuff.
Oh, you're talking recent now.
Yeah, I'm talking proper. Yeah, I wash my dick.
Oh no, that's
Sorry.
good then.
Sorry,
that's good then.
I'll be honest. Yeah,
That's most mornings then. You must be doing that.
Yeah, every morning.
You wash your dick in the sink.
No.
Oh,
Not
okay.
necessarily.
Oh,
Sometimes I give myself a little shower down.
Yeah, fair enough then.
Little
No,
give me the
okay.
hand shower, like, so I don't give myself a proper shower.
I've just twigged when
Little
I
bit
would have
water.
done it.
I have a really weird morning routine.
Yeah, sounds it. I just twigged exactly when I would have done it, and it would have been
We just come out as being like total freaks.
this might have to get cut. This is fucked up.
What?
We started the thing off like, yeah, no, just be a good person, be a good parent. And then we've cut to like, yeah, piss in the fucking shower, piss in the bath, wash your cock in the
Nothing
sink.
wrong with that.
No, that's true. No, I remember the time I would have washed my junk.
I mean, my family won't want to hear it.
No, well, they won't listen to this. I remember not the one time, but the times I would have washed my junk in the sink. My junk. Was obviously I'd have my morning shower before school or in holidays or whatever, and then I was going to like maybe like a house party after. And
shit!
You just freshen the bits and bobs up before you go in case you get any action. Never did, of course.
No.
Never did, but in case, like that would be more when I was in like sixth form.
You know,
A bit older, people were having like parties at like
Nah,
venues and stuff then.
I think general hygiene's always good.
If you sound correct, Tory, I think you went to one of them.
I think it should be stated. You know, you always sort of clear up after yourself.
Yeah, I didn't leave like knob cheese lying around the sink. Not that I had any.
Oh.
Not that I had any, but yeah, then you give the sink a proper wash round afterwards.
But okay, it wasn't the question, but I think, do you pee in the shower?
Well, we're both a yes then. When you need to.
If you absolutely need to, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I think you shouldn't be ashamed of it. But I think we do both agree, clear up after yourself. You know, soap it around.
Yeah, always clear up after yourself. You're going to.
You know, get a bit of shower gel, fucking spray it on the floor.
Otherwise, that's grim. That's grim.
Exactly. Just sort of, you know, just cleanse the area for the old other members in the
I think that's
household.
a good place to end that question because otherwise we may have seemed like animals.
Yeah, no, you're right. Anyway,
No, because we tied that up well. Are we skipping that
Yeah.
question? We've
No.
just gone past it. Should we go back to that one now then?
Yeah. So, what is the most annoying thing someone has done in your house?
Some fucking arsehole pissed in my shower.
Sorry, but I can only apologise. Go on, mate. What's
The most annoying thing someone's ever done in my house?
Yeah.
Oh, I can remember one like just went straight into my head. You know, like the fucking what's that test they do? Word association. Someone came in once, like one of my friends. I had like a group of friends. I think we'd just been out playing football or something. There was a few of us, and like we'd obviously gone upstairs to my room. Anyway, come back down. Like look on the stairs.
Yeah.
Dog shit.
What?
Dog shit footprint going all the way up the stairs.
Oh, you're joking.
So obviously they're like, who's done this? No one owns up.
Right.
No one owns up. I can't remember if we like got everyone to check their shoes or whatever. But like, I figured out who it was. I won't say the name. I can say the initial of the letter G, and you all know who that is. I'm sure that's who it was. And for whatever reason, we like never really uncovered the truth or like had a go at them about it. We just had to clean it up.
Sorry, mate.
Sorry, Ben's just caressing my hand there.
Sorry, mate.
That's alright. Accidents happen. We'll address that after the show. In a bad way, I'll tell him off. I won't be like get him back. I'm joking. I'm not going to tell him off for that. Anyone? What's the most annoying thing anyone's done in your house?
Well, I had a right. No, great grandma got locked in the bathroom once. That was pretty annoying.
What the fuck? How did that even happen? What?
That was kind of my joke answer.
You got to explain.
No. Right, it's not even that hard to lock the door, and she got locked in the bathroom and went to
What, upstairs or downstairs?
downstairs. It was
How
like
did she get locked in there?
she locked it and she couldn't unlock it.
Ah.
Too weak. You know what I mean?
They left her in there. She was too weak. Your dad with his
No, that's
booming
not my
voice.
funny answer.
Ben,
That was like
your great grandmother will
yeah,
not survive out
yeah,
here
yeah.
in the real world. She
Yeah.
must wither and
We
perish.
can understand why she couldn't get out.
What did you have to do? You just say.
It was like one of those ones where it's like sort of like got the like screwdriver lock.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can
Yeah,
like
you can
jam a
sort of,
coin in there and twist it.
Yeah. It was like one of them ones.
Have you got any other stories?
Yeah, one more bit more serious was I had a couple of friends, as you know,
Mm-hmm.
and
Just a couple. Oh, the couple.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
and
Sorry, is that too obvious? Don't
no. And they had a fallen out,
Mm-hmm.
and they tried. One of them proceeded to try and kick down my door.
Why? Because one of them was hiding on the other side.
Yeah, like holding the
Oh
holding
my
the door, like,
God.
kicking my door in. I was like, "Don't fucking keep my door in."
That's so fucked up.
And yeah, like the whole family got like, "Why are you kicking the door in?"
Oh my god, that's really disrespectful, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
That's heavily disrespectful.
Yeah. Man. Oh, fuck.
You know.
Oh, mate. For fuck's sake. Anyway,
I don't know if I have any others.
but
Most annoying thing.
there's a lot of annoying people. Yeah, I don't know.
You got another one?
Boy, it would just be hard to like not dump my family into a fucking.
Just do one more then, because I can't think of anything here. So you're saving the saving the pod.
Most annoying thing. How do I not do this without dumping my family into the mix?
Just don't use their name and say it with someone else. That'll be really obvious now.
Yeah, I know. It's sort of just like it would be like dysfunction. You know what I mean? Like when you sort of like when you have a necessity to invite someone to like a barbecue or something, and they don't want to be there, and there's sort of like a hatred there. It fucking ruins the whole day.
Yeah, I bet.
That's sort of annoying.
That is annoying.
Yeah, that sort of upsets everything. But other than that, I think that's those are the main things. Oh, and like starting a fight on me in the house, that was also pretty bad.
Really?
Quite a few times. Yeah.
Like friends and that. Your
Yeah.
friend.
I was like, fuck. For some reason that happened to me a lot. I don't know why.
Yeah, that is really annoying.
But that's pretty. Yeah.
That is annoying.
Move on to the.
Yeah,
Is this the
got
final
nothing.
question
It's
here?
the penultimate. It's the penultimate
Right.
final.
I think this is the final question. Right. This is a good one as well. Actually, if you can tell your younger self something, what would it be?
Wow.
Good question. I think.
The
It's a very
Euro Millions numbers.
Oh, fuck off. Yeah. Fair enough.
No, not that. I'd be a cunt if I won the Euro Millions at that age. Ooh, that's the first C-bomb of the show, baby.
No, I think I said it a couple.
Oh, have you?
I think I said it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but this episode.
On this episode, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, we did a few in the first episode, I think, and then none since. There's even one.
I think I said cunt in the second episode, and I went, oh.
You said cunt
Yeah.
in the second episode.
Yeah, and I went, oh, and you went, why are you saying, oh, I don't know, it just seems weird when we record it. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
No, I shouldn't say cunt, really. Anyway, moving on from
Yeah,
cunt.
fair enough. Cunt.
Oh, don't be a cunt, mate.
Sorry, cunt. No, sorry, sorry.
Anyway, right, if you could tell your younger self something, what would it be? Don't be a cunt. No, alright, I'll give that a rest now.
That's good.
Yeah, boy. I think a lot of people would have the same answers, but I'm going to go for, like, just don't worry so much. Like, everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, mine would be like get on TikTok, listen to the influencers, big time.
Yeah?
I mean, like, yeah, absolutely, become like an absolute fucking alpha male. Just become a fucking, like a hater. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of all things.
Yeah, of all things.
Good idea.
I'm joking. No, fuck that.
Yeah, opposite of that.
Yeah, I think it'd just be like, do you know, like, it sounds cringy, but I'd sort of just be like, become more like academic, sort of just like take in more that you like as you're young and stuff.
Well, like
absorb,
learn more, you mean?
absorb more,
Not
more
necessarily in
information.
a school sense, just like learn more.
Yeah, just sort of on totally not in a school sense. I think, to be honest with you, I think school is quite limited, but like
Very limited, yeah.
I think if
Okay, so like teach yourself more.
yeah, exactly. I think
That you're passionate
self-teaching
about, I
yourself-
suppose?
Yeah. Or just understand yourself a bit better. I think that's invaluable.
Got a bit of advice I can give you right now, then, Ben.
Oh, go on.
You can do that now. You're never too old to teach yourself. You're never too old to learn more.
You're totally right there, and you know what? I have been, and that's why I've been listening to a great history podcast.
Not sponsored. We're getting into a sponsor.
Not spod-
That sounded
no,
like we were
no.
getting into
Do you know what?
podcast.
Podcast. I've got my own little podcast here,
You go on, Ben.
No.
Podcast it.
but
Do a little intro.
what is it? I can't remember what it's called.
Podcast.
What did I say? What is it?
It's a brief history. Oh no, that's not what it was called.
No, what is it called? Oh, I
Go on
can't
your
remember
phone,
it.
quick. I'll fill the air.
Go fill the air. Fill the air.
Do you ever get that feeling where like, you like stub your toe on something really, and it's like, oh fuck, and it really hurts.
The rest is history.
Yeah, boy.
That's it. It's a great history podcast, which I've been listening to the last couple of weeks.
Ben's got me onto it. I'm gonna have a listen to a little episode probably tomorrow.
It's good. You can. I recommend history podcasts to anyone because it's something you can pick a topic for an hour or so and you can just listen to, and it's like captivating, and it's sort of you learn so much about that time period, just in general, not just like the time period but the region as well. So you can sort of learn about like the Middle East during 2000 BC.
Yeah, well.
You got
Interesting stuff that
like Babylon and stuff like that. And you've got like all these
definitely. That's very interesting, and you don't
the
get taught
Persian
that really,
Empire.
do you?
Exactly. You don't get taught that at all, and it's
Well, we didn't anyway. Maybe some people did.
No. And I think it's just it's incredible. Like if you can teach yourself that sort of stuff, and it's amazing because it relates to so much pop culture. It relates to so much literature, everything. Really, it's sort of just
Definitely
become more well versed in our history. Really, it's just I think it's just a good way of interacting with it.
Definitely important, and like it's something you enjoy as well. Like if you like learning about our history, then that's such a good way of doing it.
Yeah, I think to be honest with you, I think history is one of those universal things where you can get stuck into one subject and it sucks you in. No matter who you are, really, it's sort of suck you in. Like, do you know what I mean? Like if you had a time machine, no one would say no to say like.
Oh, let's go back and look at.
To like.
Everyone would have a different time they want to go and see as well.
Yeah, let's look at the pyramids being built or whatever. No one would say no to that.
No,
God, you know what I mean?
I don't think so.
It's just that one. I think it's one of those few universal things where people are sort of fascinated with.
Massively. Yeah, I love a bit of history as well.
I think that would be my thing. Just be more like sort of open to self-teaching.
Is that the way you want to sort of summarise that?
I think that is it. Yeah.
I think I'll summarise mine and just say, yeah, don't sweat the sort of small stuff. I think you can get very captured in social politics when you're at school, like what people think of you. Don't worry, you're never going to see them again really after school, and if you do, it won't really matter. Just try and live every day to keep yourself the happiest you can be.
Do you know what? That's a very valid point. I think that's a comment that's especially strong from you, just because obviously I think we should end soon.
I agree,
and I think that comes so strongly from you, where like. I think me and you developed that sort of friendship group quite sort of later, a bit later on, whereas I sort of didn't. I went through school like a couple of years, secondary school anyway. This is a couple of years where I sort of just went, I was totally lost, and then sort of found this sort of group, and sort of built my own self-confidence from that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, sort of you've got grafted in and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But it's totally valuable. I think if anyone's listening who is in school still, it is invaluable that you sort of just think that it's not the be all end all.
Not at all.
Not at all. And
it's only the beginning, and the beginning often starts people after this. This is like the
totally
the prelude.
totally.
Is that how they call it?
Yeah, prologue. Yeah, it's sort of just
prologue.
And in another sense, like, if you, like, I would probably say like just what I did in secondary school was quite, sort of quite good. Sort of just you stand your ground, you sort of be who you want to be, and then you sort of realise that no one can ever really hurt you in that respect.
Definitely.
Like, I think that's important as well. Just sort of convey that sort of like, if you find yourself in a group that you really enjoy, make it your own. Don't conform to any social sort of standards.
No, you were always very good at that. Actually, you never got kind of
important. I think it's just massively important just to be like, I have my own friendship group. Let's empower that group into being a little bit more grown up and being a little bit more, sort of individual.
But even then, I think like you had got to grips with that sooner than the group. Like I can remember vaguely, like even I was subject to it. Like, oh, just stay on for another hour. Like staying up late on PlayStation, like playing games, or oh, go on, just have another few drinks or whatever, or oh, let's just go to this place. And if you didn't want to do it, you were very adamant, like no. And then people would not pressure you. Whereas maybe even me, I was quite influenced by opinions back then, as many were, I'm sure. Where if people kind of said like, oh no, come on, let's just go and let's just do this thing, and I was sort of like initially like a bit hesitant, a bit if I got pushed a few more times and maybe an extra person joined in, I'd be quite likely to do it. Whereas I think they kind of stopped asking you after the first ask because you very much put your foot down and made sure like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, but then I think you had like, you sort of went through like, because obviously we sort of developed a friendship. What, the last?
So right at the end of school.
Yeah, 2 years after. Like 2 years of school.
The last year was when it properly happened. I'd say. But
I'd
definitely the last two. And yeah.
I just remember you having such a unique sort of sense of. It was like you have that sort of unforgiving sense of humour, which I sort of just gravitated towards massively. And it was just like that sort of bit as you made, like whatever group you're in, you're dictated by what group are. Like if I was in a more impressive group, I'd probably be a completely different person, or I would have been a completely different person when we met.
I think I would have maybe ended up. Yeah, me too. Depending.
In a way, I think I saw what was given to me a couple of years earlier as a bit of a liberation. I think I saw it as a liberation, which was a bit more as a...
From groups that maybe had been more restricting.
Yes. Yeah, totally. So I think that was probably the best thing that could ever happen to me.
Definitely.
So, yeah, that was totally sort of... That was manufactured by that aspect.
But do you think you would have found that group for yourself anyway, even if you'd have... So say you'd like gone to the group that you ended up in, and they'd all been very like restrictive and that. Do you think you would have just moved on?
Do you know what? Like, I can honestly say now. Now that time's passed, we had people that we were a very open group when when we sort of developed our friendship group and stuff in secondary school. We were very open and we like sort of one of those people that were like the subsection where we weren't. No one would bully us because we were like sort of like the. We would retaliate and sort of defend ourselves as like sort of like the angry sort of like punk people. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Okay.
but we sort of accepted everyone, and that meant like everyone.
Mm.
And sometimes I wouldn't be like so like, do you know, like, some people would really anger me,
Mm.
and I think, to be honest, with, like on reflection now, it doesn't at all anger me. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I feel like, although not everyone was intolerant.
Mm.
It was not like we were 15, 16.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it was not possible. But like,
no one would have been like perfect back then.
but like, I guess I would have been a bit more like that. Really, I would have accepted people a bit more. Like, I don't know. Like, you know, like I felt like if someone was aggressive to me, I would be instantly aggressive to them. Whereas I think now I wouldn't be.
No, I don't think you would be anymore. From speaking to you and
Yeah.
the way that you've sort of grown out of that.
Yeah, I think that was like, but that's what we encouraged when we were like at school and stuff. We were like, okay, anyone can sort of come into our group and stuff, even though like if they were like arseholes.
Yeah, it just depends how they behave when they're in the group.
Yeah, yeah.
And if they
But,
carry
like,
on being arseholes, they'll have to go.
I guess now like I would be like, oh, this sort of try and sort of like break down that shell of like defense. Whereas then I would sort of be like, oh, you know,
oh, what
fuck
you mean
sort of
now?
thing,
You can be
know?
like, well, why are you being an arsehole?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whereas
yeah.
back then,
Yeah.
it was more black and white. Like
It was more black and
they've
white.
joined, but they're an arsehole, so I don't
yeah.
like them.
And that wasn't really what we were all about.
But you were sort of a bit like that.
I was a bit like that in the first year or so.
Okay.
Last year or something, I was more accepting, but I feel like
everyone
that
was
sort of
pretty
be
chilled
like,
out that last year of school.
Huh?
In our year, I think everyone was pretty chilled out.
Yeah,
that
I
last
think
year,
everyone was quite focused.
quite
actually.
good, really.
Yeah, it was good.
We managed to trail off there.
But we did trail off, but I think we trailed off in quite a good way.
I think
we
it had a
sort of
positive
just-
message of just sort of try and be, as long as you're not hurting anyone, be yourself.
Yeah, I think, honestly, like, to be serious for a second, I think, honestly, if you're like, if you're in that sort of situation where you sort of, because, trust me, I know that, like, abusive sort of friendships and stuff can be really oppressive and quite terrible. Honestly, if you sort of liberate yourself from that and you sort of just try and find your own way in the world, or even in that sort of little mini, like you say, like that little mini sociology that is school, it really does. It boosts not only your confidence a million times fold. It also just sort of elevates your sort of empathy and sort of just your way of sort of adapting to things and people. It's amazing.
And your quality of life, I'd imagine.
Yeah, totally. You know, it's just I think it's just one of those things that, like, you know, like if you train yourself to adapt, it's an amazing thing. So I think that would be my answer, sort of.
Yeah.
Really in
Be tolerant.
terms. Yeah, be tolerant. Sort of, you know, be patient. That'd be my thing.
Nice. Well, so that's a good message to end on, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
So.
Well, that's
Sorry,
what we're
got
going
quite
to
deep at the end there, but
got quite deep. Sometimes that's
always
good.
nice
It shows.
to,
Yeah, I think people
Yeah.
will appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's nice to go into something like that sometimes.
Oh, it is.
And I think that was a positive thing to go into as well.
Anyway.
Especially where we had something so ridiculous before.
Yeah, I know. We'll forget about that. Hopefully people have forgotten about the podcast.
Yeah,
in the
no,
shower.
that's fine. Maybe I'll cut this and put it before it. But no, I want to say, you know, thank you again if you are listening. We've really been enjoying doing these. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
Yeah.
That's bye from me, and
It's bye from me as well. How do I fucking stop it?